Here are questions you should ask your Whittier Bankruptcy Lawyer. 1. How long have you been practicing bankruptcy law? 2. Have you handled many cases like mine? 3. What are some potential outcomes of my case? 4. What are the bankruptcy laws in Whittier? 5. How much will it cost to file for bankruptcy? Once you get answers to these, you can be sure you're working with the right attorney. The following are questions and answers about bankruptcy. What is the downside of filing for bankruptcy in Whittier, California? There are a few potential downsides to filing for bankruptcy. First, it will stay in your credit report for up to 10 years, which can make it difficult to get loans or lines of credit in the future. Additionally, bankruptcy may not completely eliminate all of your debt, and you may still be responsible for repaying some of what you owe. How do you decide if you should file for bankruptcy? There is no easy answer when it comes to deciding whether or not to file for bankruptcy. Ultimately, you will need to weigh the pros and cons of bankruptcy in your specific financial situation to make the best decision for you. If you are struggling to make ends meet and are facing a significant amount of debt, bankruptcy may be a good option for you. What debts are not discharged in bankruptcy? There are a few types of debts that are not discharged in bankruptcy, including student loans, taxes, child support, and alimony. Additionally, if you have any debt that was incurred through a fraud or misrepresentation, that debt will not be discharged in bankruptcy. What is the difference between Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 bankruptcy? Chapter 7 bankruptcy is known as liquidation bankruptcy, and it involves the sale of your non-exempt assets to pay off your creditors. Chapter 13, on the other hand, is known as reorganization bankruptcy. With Chapter 13 bankruptcy, you will create a repayment plan to repay your debts over a period of 3 to 5 years. What are some of the alternatives to bankruptcy? Some alternatives to bankruptcy include debt consolidation, debt settlement, and credit and counseling. With debt consolidation, you will take out a new loan to pay off your existing debts. With debt settlement, you will negotiate with the creditors to settle your debts for less than what you owe. What happens to your credit score if you file for bankruptcy? If you file bankruptcy, your credit score will likely decrease. However, the bankruptcy will stay on your credit report for up to 10 years, so it is important to keep that in mind when making the decision to file bankruptcy. How long do you have to wait to buy a house after Chapter 7? There is no waiting period after Chapter 7 bankruptcy to buy a house. However, you will likely need to wait at least 2 years after Chapter 13 bankruptcy to buy a house. What assets can you keep if you file for bankruptcy? The answer to this question depends on the type of bankruptcy you file and the laws in your state. However, generally speaking, you will be able to keep your home, your car, your personal belongings if you file for bankruptcy. In the long run, residents of Whittier should be sure that filing for bankruptcy with your bankruptcy lawyer is absolutely right for you.